and welcome to another edition of Side Crisis. Why the hands? I don't know. It's just a thing. Stupid shirt's a thing. Dumb hat's a thing. I'm trying to establish some things, doing bits for bits' sake. Okay, simple as that. So we've been on a Neo Geo run as of late, as will happen because the Neo Geo is one of my all-time favorite platforms. I have so many fond memories of the Neo Geo throughout my life and continuing forward. I do own a Neo Geo cabinet in my home, and I get to play it with my son, which rules. I wish he played it more, but you know, we got to compete with Roblox and whatnot, and like legitimately, that's tough competition because those kids can do whatever the hell they want in Roblox, and it's like really impressive to me. And if I was 10 today, I would also totally be doing that. So kudos, son. Credit where it's due to Roblox, I suppose. But for my money, my time, my dollars, Neo Geo matters so much more to me than that. And that's why we're playing it here on Side Crisis. So we've done 2 installments so far, and we're going to end it on this one before we come on back some other time with more Neo Geo love and action on Side Crisis. But we've showed you Garu Mark of the Wolves, which is a visually arresting, dare I say stunning, fighting game. We've shown you Waku Waku 7, which is just stylistically dripping with charm, very colorful, very bright. And both of those games, I think, are pretty technical showpieces of what this ancient 16-bit hardware was capable of. Maybe a good time to talk about that before we get into our number 3 pick and our closer. But so the Neo Geo's main CPU was the exact same CPU that's in the Sega Genesis and in a million other 90s and 80s, for that matter, what's it called? Arcade hardware or platforms. That's the Motorola 68000. That damn thing is a workhorse. It was in so much crap. And if you just like read the wiki on that processor, you will see just how ubiquitous that processor was and still is. It's still being made. It's still being used in a variety of applications to this day, which is crazy because it came out in like, I'd say like 1987 or something gnarly like that. Probably wrong on the date, but if you have an interest, you can find it out. Point is, it's super old and it's been used for a very long time, and it's still used in applications today, which is nuts. Find me anything that uses a Pentium 2 or a Voodoo 3 graphics card, because you know, I mean, I'm asking, please find that for me because I want it. But whatever, it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to take it all the way back to 1990 and play one of the Neo Geo launch titles in Magician Lord. I love this game. A lot of people think this game sucks. Tomatoes is all I got to say about that. I think if you're of a certain age and you grew up watching a little program called Nick Arcade, you definitely know what Magician Lord is all about. I remember watching that show as a kid, and anytime, you know, the contestants won the opportunity to go play one of the games on one of the makeshift cabinets that they have, I would always scream at the TV like, God damn it. And I would say, God damn it, play Magician Lord, you idiot, you stupid idiot, because I just wanted to see it. I never saw Magician Lord in any arcade ever. And in fact, the copy that I own that I'll be playing today is one of the last Neo Geo games that I bought on MVS, as one of the last games that I replaced my home system version of when I sold that collection off now, almost 10 years ago. Magician Lord was a game that you could buy on AES, on eBay, brand new, all day, for years, for like $50. There's a company called Classic Game Source that, as the story goes, they happened upon this huge cache of brand new Neo Geo games, and they were Super Spy, NAM 1975, Magician Lord. I think there was Baseball Stars 2 maybe in that mix, but they found like a shipping container somewhere from the Middle East, as the story I had heard. And it's funny because if you ever bought a copy of NAMM 1975 from that eBay store back in like 2010 through 12, we'll say, on the cover is a masculine power dude, a Rambo type, and he's holding a babe, and the babe is wearing like a skimpy like white dress type thing, and there would be Sharpie marker that was drawn over the cleavage and the upper thigh area of the drawing, because in that country, images like that were illegal. So my copy of 75 I bought at Game Dude and did not have the Sharpie things, but also mine was a heavily used copy. So what are you gonna do? But Magician Lord I did buy brand new, and just as a quick little digression, I used to open it up and just like kind of huff it because of the smell of really old but like new vinyl was so overpowering with those Neo Geo games in the soft boxes. And there's something like, it's one of those like smell memories. If I smell like a pool toy, I am instantly transported back to that time where I was getting brand new Neo Geo games in the mail for pennies on the dollar of what they're worth today. But anyway, I love this game real hard. We're going to play it. It's very, very difficult. I haven't played it in a while, so it's probably going to be a little pathetic. But that's fine. I am a secure man, just like my good friend, Corey Haim.
The motto of, the two Corys are Corey and Corey, or Hamster and Felldog.
You live by that motto every single time. Let's get a Ham Hurricane going. That one, and that one, and this one,
And it's just
and that
around the world. That's how we know.
I don't apologize for that. Nope, not gonna. So, without any further yammering on and gabbing and what have you, let's do this. There's Magician Lord. Let's turn that sound up, and let's appear right here in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I'm just gonna let that play for a little while. In fact, I'm gonna turn that volume up a little bit. I love this music. It's a heart pounder. It gets me going. It's the best. So we're gonna listen to it a little bit more. If I can feel that shit, then we're gonna turn it down and actually play this game. Corey, what do you think?
Go solo for a while. I need to fly alone.
Yep.
You know what? It's time for me to go home. This is enough. I've had enough.
Whoa, okay. Well, then let me turn the volume down. Corey's had enough. Okay. Little bit more volume there. And let's do it. So, I think fair comparisons to Sega's Altered Beast, you can certainly levy that at this game because you do like change forms. You find little items in the game, and different combinations of those items change you even further. All right. This is going to be a challenge to talk about while I play because this game is freaking hard. This is one of the few Neo Geo games that isn't limited to the 4 credits on the home system mode. I want to say you actually have like 30 credits, and even then it's hard to beat. If you play in arcade mode, which I don't remember when I booted this up, if it's in arcade or home console. But right there I've changed now. I'm a sweet dragon, and I'm going to blow fire on these blue idiots. Anyway, if you play in the arcade mode, when you die, you continue right where you died, which is so handy. In the AES mode or the home console mode, I believe there are checkpoints, and it makes the game even harder. So this is one where I beat this game utilizing a memory card. Only way I could possibly beat this game, and I owned it before I ever had anything with a Universe BIOS, so I was not able to cheat. So you see when I walk up and there's that scroll at the top of the screen? Yeah. I don't know why that's doing it. I tried to fix it. Sorry that I couldn't, but hopefully it's not too distracting. So we changed again. I am now a sweet ninja. That's the Magician Lord difference. Oh, now I'm back to being Elta. Yeah, his name is Elta, which always to me sounded like a insurance company. Trust Elta with your homeowner's insurance. Okay, we're coming up on a boss. First act boss. God, this game is... The enemy placement is so mean-spirited. It's like I just killed you, dude. Okay, here comes the boss. There's a trick to him, which if I am able to survive, get, and I am not. So let's see where I continue. Okay, we're in arcade mode. So the only way to attack him because of his stupid shield is when he's in the air. So you got to do that. You got to jump over every sword attack and then fire as many as you can. And he lands on your attacks. And that's the only way to beat this asshole. Come on now. We got him. Alrighty. Some of the stuff, because I have played a lot of Magician Lord in my day, and I do have a fair amount of, especially boss fights, memorized. But it's like only like the first 3 levels, because the later stages of the game, I just didn't get to them as often because the game's so difficult. Okay, so this reminds me of a Splatterhouse fight. You got stuff coming at you from the top, and then you got to immediately duck. So here comes this weird brain thing, and duck. And I believe in the arcade mode, the other cool thing too that happens is the boss damage carries over as well. So if you have a bunch of hits on them, then they will carry over, making this that much easier to get through. I can't imagine this game without features like that. No one would beat it. Well, that's not true. The real SNK perverts out there, they would be able to beat it. I wish I was good enough to proudly claim myself as an SNK pervert. I am only an armchair SNK pervert from a skill standpoint. God, another just ripping ass tune. Let me get through this here, and I'm gonna turn the volume up again. You just can't beat it. You can't beat it. What do you think, Corey?
We invented hamster and fell dog, and it just globally went around the world, and that's how we were known.
What you say doesn't make any sense, but I love how you say it.
I had a blast with Corey.
Me too. There we go. Lower that a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to go into this. If you go to the right, this is just like a little bonus area. You can go in for some points and what have you. But if you went up and to the left, that's where you continue the journey. Oh boy. Bullets everywhere. It's so hard. This game is so hard. I think the rationale was like, well, look, you spent $250 on this cartridge. So let's have it last as long as humanly possible. Which, like, yeah, makes sense. That part does make sense to me. Oh god. Yeah, the 2 hits isn't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. You gotta kind of tease those down. And there we go. Here. Got him. Yeah, there's really no point in me going into this area. Just to show it. It's not like a full-on branching path, but there's enough. There's areas to explore in Magician Lord, I think, is the main point. Which is cool, because again, 1990. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff coming out that was kind of in this action, Altered Beast inspired, Rolling Thunder adjacent type of a game. You know, Altered Beast, as a quick side note, Altered Beast gets a lot of flack today as being a mediocre game. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's like the deepest, most strategic game of all time. But it is one of those games I grew up playing it. I love it. I will be playing it on Side Crisis one day. So you've been warned. You have been formally warned. So then all we can do is go back down here, and then I think there's a door. Aye! It's just too much. It's just too much! And that's what it's all about. Getting that treasure. Well, and power up. And then, of course, dying. Okay. Let's just keep going. Let's keep the train moving. You know, I mentioned earlier kids playing this game on Nick Arcade, and I'm in good company when it comes to being terrible at this game. Like all of the kids on that show were. So, that's nice. At least that is comforting. Oh, watch out for these. This I did have memorized for a time. I think one's coming in the middle. Okay, now we gotta move to here. Yes. Treasures! Oy. It's so hard! It's just so hard! Oh god. And this incredibly weird elevator that slams us to the top of where we need to go. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll fight this side boss, and then we'll do the real boss, and then probably call it there. Because this game is a little bit on the time-consuming side. Take that. So there's always a little mid-boss like that, and then there's a boss. When you get to the end of the game, you have to fight all of those little mid-bosses in a row, gauntlet style, before you fight the actual final boss. So you can see some of that Neo Geo sprite scaling on the right there, that way that boss pulsates. Oh god. And then we gotta stay safe. Stay safe. Go! Nope. I am just burning through those 30 credits. Unless this is an arcade. I think it is an arcade mode, that's right. And I have free play turned on, so. Haha! As long as I want it. Oh god. Oh dear lordy. Take that. Take that, bozo. Let's hear some talking from our guy. Some really bad voiceover here. Bad slash amazing. Nope. I lied. We missed it. That's okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So that's Magician Lord. It's a Neo Geo launch title. It launched with that and NAM 75. I believe they were both pack-in games. So when you spent your, $600 in 1990 on a Neo Geo, it was a value proposition. I think for inflation, well, that's got to be like close to $2,000 in adjusting for inflation. But yeah, it was expensive. It's only gotten more expensive as time has continued. That's the story of Neo Geo. The buy-in is crazy. But the good news is there's so many different ways to play Neo Geo. There's SNK is real free and loose with their licenses. So there's millions of compilations out there. There's a little tiny arcade cabinet that isn't very good when you plug it into a TV. But if you sit there and play it on the screen, that screen is actually really good, shockingly good. And I see that thing on sale often still, like $50. And it has like 50 games, and they're good. It has like 50 good games on there. They also released a joystick that was similar to what we're playing on today, except for it was like all white, and it had like, I think 50 built-in games with that. You can find that on Amazon still. So there's tons of ways to legally enjoy Neo Geo. And I will also say there are tons of ways to enjoy Neo Geo. If you catch what I'm tossing there, and I know you do. So yeah, if you can't afford to buy these games, which, like, you know, unless you're a Fortune 500 CEO, you can't, or you'd be extremely lucky like me, and just be at the right place at the right time and have access to this stuff for the short period of time where it was affordable. But outside of that, I wouldn't recommend buying real deal Neo. Even the MBS stuff is super expensive today. You can still do okay, get a couple games that are under $100, but yeah. But if you love this shit like I do, then, you know, these words are falling on deaf ears, and you've probably already spent too much money on it anyway, like me. So anyway, that's going to do it for Side Crisis. It's going to do it for the Neo Geo for a while. I'm definitely going to be returning and playing more stuff on the system because it is, you know, if I were to throw it out there, if I were keeping track of what my favorite consoles of all time were, I would tell you number one with a bullet is Super Nintendo. I would say number two is probably the Sega Dreamcast because I am one of those weirdos. And then I would probably say number three is Neo Geo. I think it's just too damn good, and it was too much of a part of my not just childhood, but again, like childhood, teenage years, college years, and adulthood. Like, I've played Neo Geo for essentially since 1991 is my first hands-on experience with it. And I'm still playing Neo Geo. So that's 33 years and counting, because I have no plans on not playing Neo Geo. So to me, that says something about the platform. It's one of the best ever. So anywho, thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We're also on Spotify. There'll be a link to the description to find that Spotify channel. Give us a 5-star review. That does help. Tell your friends about this program and the main show, and we will come back with more sweet-ass video game videos.